Okay. Let me let me give an example of where we started. The 1 million man march was the beginning of the coalition activity, and then to pull that together, we have 17 support groups at that point. Now, the 1 million man march involves us printing banners, posters, hiring DJs, mobile equipment, and doing all the logistics that's required to move people across the 36 states of the federation, including the media and all those stuff. So what happened was that the 17-member group came together and we drew up a budget. Okay. So when we drew up that budget, the budget was we now said, okay, in order to fund this budget, we are not going to go to anybody to or any money back to give us money. We should have a way of funding this budget within our team. So we reached an agreement that each member of the coalition, each support group in the coalition should raise 400,000 naira each. So within the 17-member group, we raised 400,000 naira each. And then that money was the money we used to disburse to all the state coordinators in terms of having to run the 1 million man march within that state. Now that funds went into, I think basically, we printed banners, we hired DJ, water for refreshments. People were asked to also bring some of those things. Then some groups were able to print t-shirts on their own, very, very small amount of money. Imagine like sending like 70,000 naira each for every state, where you expect them to call out thousands of people to come and march. But a lot of people also brought in their own resources. But that money was the initial one, and some of them went into media, where we have to make a press release, attend TV issues, TV interviews, and all that. So that was where that money went. So the first 17 group members raised 400,000 naira each to make that happen. Now, when we now moved into voters' education, there was also a need to raise funds. So we asked each of the support group to contribute 100,000 naira each. And that gives us like 1.7 million because we're 17 at that point. Now, that money was distributed across the federation. I think basically our focus was in Abuja and some other states. And what we basically did was that some of our teams had to hire vehicles to go to innermost areas to bring in people to come and join, to come and register, because we realized that PVC was very key in as in getting your PVC was very key for people that will need to vote. So people were mobilized across the country. We hired vehicles. We pay people some transport fares to be involved in movements and all that. Some people are volunteering their time and they don't have the money. Some have the money and they don't have the time. So we have find a way to like come into a middle ground. So when you put that together, it gives a minimum contribution from each of the group of 500,000 naira each. Now, when we now opened the option for members to join, there was a debate whether every other member coming, because the coalition needs to be funded, every other member coming, should they contribute the 500,000 naira each in order to join, because we have to fund the coalition, or should we just admit them for free? So an agreement was reached to have two categories of membership. If your support group is very strong and you don't have funding, you can join us for free and be part of the coalition. But if your support group is very strong and you've raised funds and you think you can pay that money, we usually call it a minimum donation. It's not as if it's mandatory. But once you make that donation, it gives you the option to sit in a place, because most decisions within the coalition is democratic. We vote, okay? So every group has a convener that has just one vote. So for now, we have 17. So whenever there's any issue in a meeting, everybody has to vote. Now, in order to give people equal footing, for you to be able to have a vote, then you need to be a founding member of the coalition. We are not going to go to politicians to fund us, because again, when you are being funded by a politician or you are being funded by one money bag, you should be ready to take instructions from them. And that is why the Coalition for P2B is entirely different. It's just a pure organic movement, totally independent and professionals. Okay. Now, the difference is that why some support groups are not working. Think of other support group in other political parties. Why they are not working is probably they are all queuing up to get the looted funds to start their operation. We are self-funding. we raise funds within the coalition, within the support group, and we run. And that gave us this freedom and independence. So our decisions are very clean and clear. We are not being pushed by anybody. Whatever analysis we are making is very pure. Okay, let me give you an example of one of the analysis that we made. So remember during the PDP primaries where it was not clear whether His Excellency will be given a PDP ticket or not. The coalition came together and we made analysis. And when we had a team of intellectuals that look at everything happening in the PDP, we came out and we said, I think we advise His Excellency to leave the PDP and look for other platforms. Because again, our thought is that one thing is certain, His Excellency has to be on the ballot. And if he had gone through the PDP primaries where money bags and a lot of shit happens, and he participated in that particular election, he can no longer join other party. And the coalition main aim is that we need to get him on the ballot. So we made that move. So that was how our decisions have been made: pure intelligence and then voting democratic. So if you need to have that voting right, then you have to be a founding member of the coalition. The second part of the membership is where you are part of the coalition, you are recognized, and you are allowed to work with the coalition and everything. Now, we have seen members that come as part of the coalition at basic, and then they upgraded into the associate membership. These are free. So whatever category you are, it doesn't really make any difference. Either you are here nor there. It's just that we encourage groups that are being able to raise funds to also fund the coalition, because we don't have any other means of raising funds. We are self-funded. So I think that draws the line between the basic membership and the associate membership. But the bottom line is that we are open to every support group. The moment we verify and validate the owner, and we are clear on the objectives, and we're clear on your support base. We want to discourage a situation where 2 or 3 people will come together, create a name, and go on social media and gather people together. And then when you look at it, they are just neither here nor there. For any of the group we have validated and verified, we put them on the list of members on the website, and we call them co-funding members. And the activities are being reported every week. It is from that activity that's been reported, we know where the strengths and weaknesses are, and then we try to spread it across board. So it's us just giving the general public this feeling that for any of the group within the coalition you are dealing with, you should go to sleep. You should be rest assured that you're dealing with the right thing.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Also present on the group, we do have the Secretary of the Coalition for Peter Obi also here, Dr. Stena. It's good to have you here. And yeah, we have so many. All right. So we also do have many other people who are here and would love to, get the ball rolling with regards to our plans and the purpose for the group. And I mean, the chairman has brilliantly explained the reason for this numerous groups and the purpose of having the funding. And it does make sense, understanding that there are people who expect to get funded. And if you can clearly see, some of the other parties are not they've not started that massive campaign in their socials, and it is understandable that most likely they are waiting for funding. And the issue that they may have is that they will be dictated with regards things that should naturally occur organically will be dictated to them, because the person who is doing the funding is the person who is calling the shots, and that is what I think the chairman has tried to elaborate on and explain as well. I think we also do have Waju here. Waju here, please. I think you should come up and say something so that maybe from there we can start to take questions as regards what every other person wants to say on the group. Hello, Waju, are you there? Hello, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, so I think there's most likely a problem with the network of Waju, and maybe that is why he's having issues responding to the question. But yes, if there's anybody here who wants to, pop a question with regards to some of the things that the chairman just said in the space a short while back, you can definitely indicate by raising up your hand, and then of course you'll be called upon to ask your question. and he could explain or shed more light to some of the questions that you would want to raise.
Okay, the host, if there are no questions, I'm happy to go ahead and probably explain some of the programs that we have planned in the coalition. So that,
we have just accepted a request. I think that the host, maybe you didn't accept request from people. There were some requests are being accepted. I'm sure when they come up, you can now give them mic.
Hello, Peter. I see you raising up your hand.
Yes.
All right, please carry on.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Peter Obi's grassroots movement and grassroots mobilization and grassroots mobilization and sensitization. So we wish to know the reason why our names are not being included, despite what we've been doing on our own part. At least we've been inactive for 4 months now, and we've been in touch with Dr. Selina Steiner on her DM. We've sent her a couple of messages. She has not actually responded. Maybe she has not seen it, or we don't know. So we really want to know why our names are not included. Thank you so much.
All right, Dr. Steiner, could you respond to that, please?
Okay, yes, thank you so much. I think that I got their message today on 2 platforms while I was coordinating the coalition page. I saw a message from them, and I guess that I replied to them that they were not there because they haven't, applied to the members, and I sent them the link of the form. I think I had around 4 requests for that same purpose, and they all got the link to the form. I don't know if P2B Grassroots can confirm that he received the form from the Coalition for P2B account.
Yes, we've applied. We've applied today, but not actually from you. We've not received any response from you because we sent you a DM not today. The last time we had space, you spoke. You asked us to send you a DM, so we sent you a DM then that very day. Maybe you are just seeing it today, but we've applied today, some minutes after 3 or 4. We applied though, but we are still yet to receive response. Thank you.
Okay, P2B Grassroots. You certainly get a response from the team that is responsible for the new membership. You'll get the response from them, certainly. I actually didn't respond from my account when I saw that you had going through my DM, which have a lot of messages. So I saw that you have sent messages to both me and the coalition page. So I thought I should respond from the official platform. I'm sorry about the late response. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's fine.
All right. Do we have any other person who wants to maybe pose a question to Dr. Steiner or to Marcel?
If you guys are on the speakers
panel, raise your hand.
Okay.
If you guys are on the speakers panel, there's a button at the bottom of your screen that has a heart and a small hand. It'll allow you to raise your hand, and then we can pick on you guys in order. 2 minutes, please. Okay, just raise your hand.
Okay, I think I'm up.
I think Rufi, I think you raised your hand first.
Oh, okay.
Hello, you there, Rufi? I think you could just Dr. Nurse. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well,
all right, please proceed. Rufi is taking a bit to respond.
Sorry. You said?
Carry on, please.
Okay. I am Dr. Abednego, actually. So my question goes directly to this medical, this medical outreach. I don't really know how prepared are we. And again, this, I think in this our theme, we should have like legal practitioners who will be taking record of all the things going on in the country in terms of the PVC registration and all that. So I think those things that are necessary. So pertaining the outreach, I just want to know how prepared we are. For me, I have been so serious about that. I mean, speaking from Enugu, that's my question. Thank you.
Dr. Abednego, I think your network was pretty bad. I'm not quite sure if Dr. Stena could make out your question. Could you hear him?
I'm hearing
Yes,
you.
I think I get his question and I'm able to respond. Okay, just like I said, this is a progressive project. It is not a project that we would say, we are prepared at this time. Remember that Peter Obi joined the Labour Party less than 4 weeks ago, and we have come this far. So I want to assure us that we are making progress, and we'll certainly make more progress, within this long 8 months. We have a team of different professionals from the various groups who form the CPO. And for example, we have a legal team. If you belong to any of the individual groups that is recognized by the CPO, you could request, because we give them the opportunity to send in volunteers into like a team we created, which is the legal team. So you can ask for the opportunity to be part of this team, and certainly you would be part of it. But remember, for you to participate in the coalition directly, you have to be a member of one of the groups. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Stena. I think Irufi, you were raising up your hand before. Could we have your thoughts?
Okay.
Please, you're not talking, please. Your mic should be on speaker. On mute, so that we can hear clearly. And please talk louder so that we can hear clearly, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think everybody can hear you as well.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nnamdi Ibezim, and I'm the founder and coordinator of Okute Youth Network. It's a Peter Obi support group. So we're basically focused on a youth-aligned support network and technology and ICT procedures to project the candidature of Peter Obi. So I applied for to become a member of the coalition about 24 hours ago, and I've not gotten a response yet. And I actually, for over 3 weeks, had been calling for a coalition. I didn't even know that there was already a coalition in place. It was Jack that brought my attention to it. So we have actually gone far. We have over 3,500 registered members of my association. So hence that this is a validation or verification platform. I think it is necessary that we are validated as soon as possible, so that whatever we are doing with people, it will be authenticated, because we are really going all out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Irufi, for your question. I'm hoping that Marcel, he dropped off a bit. I'm trying to have added him already, but I don't know if he's here now. But first off, could we have a response from Dr. Stena so he can she could respond to the question?
All right, so I guess that we all know that this is a weekend, and you may not get a quick response. And before you are added in into the coalition, there is just a small team that looks at your application and put you on a call and then see what you have put into the application. If you are certified that you are genuine and you can't be vouched for, then you are you are registered into the coalition. That is it. Now, before I drop, I would like to make a small announcement. The thing is, this evening we're expecting His Excellency Peter Obi on this space in a couple of minutes, and we would want this space because of the way Twitter has made these Twitter spaces. If we can go off for just 2 minutes and then come back before he comes on the space, so that we can have his thoughts and his statements recorded. Thank you, host.
All right, let's try to end the
Please,
space
I
now.
want
We've
to
actually.
quickly ask a question. Please, I want to quickly ask a question before we go off, please.
Please,
Is it
ma'am.
candidates that are coming out to
Ma'am.
like vote? Sorry, the candidates that are like making their intentions known to come out under probably House of Rep, House of Senate, that is to join the coalition or what? I just want to be sure.
Okay, Mrs. OJ, I'm going to put
Yes.
you back on the speaker as soon as we are back. Please
Okay then.
request for the mic.
Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Nigeria needs you, the youth. Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, Nigeria needs you, the youth wants you, wealth manager, Obi Kerenke.
Just give us 1 moment. I believe everyone is here. Dr. Stina is up, and Marcel, our chairman, is also up. So, Waju, are you ready? I think we will move forward with questions. There was a question that was proposed moments before we switched over. I'm not finding the speaker right now, but Dr. Stina, I will engage you because I do believe it was a plausible question. And I believe she had proposed, she was asking, is the coalition meant for, those who are running for office, which maybe you could clear that up for her. Who are the individuals within the coalition?
Okay, well, the thing is, at this time, we are working with Labour Party, and Labour Party is putting together the list of contestants, which we are all going to work with, because we are talking about creating the structures, particularly in the legislative arm, that would work with His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi when he eventually is sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the list is meant to be out this week, and as soon as it is out, we'll ensure that we share it with all the members of the coalition, that is you and I, and so we can work with that. Thank you.
Okay, maybe if I can also add to that. Now, the coalition is an entity on its own, and once you have a support group, just like I've had a lot of you mentioned that you already have a support group that are doing some things. Once you have a support group and you want to join the coalition, because the coalition is a coming together of support groups. For now, we are 21. And we're expecting members. There are about 6 or 7 other support groups that are undergoing registration. And that registration is very simple. Just we validating exactly who you are as a convener. We probably request for your CV to give us an idea of your career history, what you have been doing, and all that. Then we'll request for your ID, either international passport, your driver's license, or any form of a recognized ID. And then we do some verification, including maybe to some extent your house, who you are, that just to be sure that we're dealing with a human and not some people that came from nowhere. So once that is done, the next step of validation is that we will need to look at your group, look at the membership, look at the spread, look at what you've been doing in the past, your track record, and what value are you bringing to the organization. Different groups has different value, and that's the beauty of the organization, of the coalition. There are groups that are very, very good in social media. There are groups that are very, very good in mobilization. There are groups that are very, very good in traditional media like TV, news. There are groups that are very, very good in a particular segment of the country, maybe in the Northeast, in the Northwest, or in a particular state. So these are all the analysis that we'll do. And then when we bring you onto the coalition, we're very, very clear of the kind of value you are bringing. So the coalition is for support groups, not for politicians. Okay. So anybody that has a support group can join the coalition, and we will be happy to work with you. Now, the most important thing is we understand that the election ahead of us is a game of numbers, one. And in order for us to work together and ensure that rigging does not happen, we need people on ground. So every support group will come together as a coalition. And then when we look at your areas where you cover, we can tell you, okay, since you're very strong in, say, Kano State, can you help us lock down the polling booths in Kano State and ensure nothing happens? And one of the things I also need to mention here is that a lot of support is coming to the coalition. We currently have a group that has donated an election monitoring platform to us. We are currently testing that election monitoring platform. And what does that election monitoring platform do? So all our coordinators and support group members on the field, they will download the app on their mobile phone. And as you are recording incidents, those incidents will have a geotag. A geotag means the exact location where the incident is happening and a timestamp. So those are facts that we can use in case if we need to go to court or any other thing. So we're encouraging all our support groups. There will be training that will happen where all support group members will be trained on this election monitoring platform. Our initial plan was to see if we can test it in the coming Osun election. We are working towards that. So again, when you look at the whole thing, it's about leveraging resources and bringing everybody together under one umbrella where we can work together and help deliver his excellence. There's no game of supremacy. Everybody is equal at the coalition, and the leadership is very open and democratic. Okay, and I hope that helps.
Thank you so much for answering that question, Marcel. So we do have some speakers up currently. I'll explain again, guys. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a heart and a plus sign. If you hit that button, you will see various emojis. Next to it, there's a hand, not the hand that's waving, even though hello to you all, but there's a solid hand that will allow you to raise your hand, and then we can allow for your questions. So I have speakers up, but I don't have any hands raised, so I don't know who to go for next. Okay, Akeem, you've raised your hand. Feel free to go ahead. 2 minutes, please.
No, I was just trying to do some settings, so you can go ahead. I don't have any questions for now.
Okay, if you don't have a question, if you don't mind, I will drop you. If you have a question, just request again. There are many requests. Okay, I am Osangbe. Do you have a question? Okay. Obianuju, do you have a question?
Not actually. I just want to make a few contributions actually.
2 minutes, please.
All right. So some of us that are based in Canada. First of all, I just want to commend what you guys are doing back home. Personally, I've never been really this focused about what is happening in Nigeria. Although I follow the news, but politics, especially since 2015, I just switched off. But with what you guys are doing back home, some of us outside the country, we are so fixed with our focus are so fixed with what you guys are doing and kind of bringing back the pride of being a Nigerian, and and I'm so proud. So within my group, we're putting up a package of because we understand that we're not just going to do the talking this time around. We have to put our money where our interests are, and if we're going to be successful in this, we have to make sure that we generate the right funding. So now that we have this coalition, and I did listen to some of the plans and what we intend to do. The best what those of us outside can do, especially here in Canada, within my few friends, by the month of, at least by August, September, we should be announcing a donation to this group. And the donation we're putting together should be able to get us started in so many things. Because we've been waiting for some verified platform to make that donation. And now that we have this, it will kind of, give us an insight of where to put the money in. And it's just what I want to say. There are also other something I also want to bring up about. I know that we're just talking about registration. Now that the coalition is here, I believe that we should be more present in the media of raising some of the troubling pictures we see, and especially people stopping others from registering for PVC.
Thank you.
And it's important that we don't keep silent in these things. I mean, if you live outside the country, like here in Canada, we specifically do not go registering for voters card. You just get it in the mail once you're a citizen or you're 18. And so what I'm saying is that the coalition should be more visible in the media, highlighting these troubling pictures we are seeing, because it sort of, resonates the fear that we have that there are people who just do not want others to participate in moving the country forward. So we need to pay attention to those details and raise them up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, and thank you also for your donation. Please follow the coalition page, and you can message them at any time to let them know that you are willing and able to move forward with the donation. So I'm going to move on to some of our next speakers. Thank you all. Okay, Pascal, do you have a question, please? And everyone, please stick to the 2 minutes. Once your 2 minutes has allotted, I will say, please use 1 minute to round up, dear. That means in total, you are getting 3 minutes to speak. Pascal, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, please.
All right, yeah. So first thing is to say thank you to everyone, every well-meaning Nigerian who is vested to the Mr. Peter Obi candidacy and everything it entails. I'm very, very encouraged. Like the previous speaker said, some of us who live outside the country, it's just you despair, but there's just there's just hope in the horizon, and it's just to say thank you to everyone, whatever the contributions are. Question for INEC. I went on their website to try to register to vote. I don't think I will be in Nigeria in February to vote, but I was not able to vote, to register to vote. And then the questions just going about the PVC would be, so what about people who are turning 18, people who would on the day of election be 18? What's INEC's arrangement? Do we know? If we know,
mobilizing people to get registered and get the PVCs. We have shortage of machines. We have shortage of machines for registering the voters.
Please
And
use 1 minute
sometimes,
to round up there.
okay, sometimes we have to move them from one area to the other. It's not a party that is very popular in the rural areas. We need to create awareness. We need materials like print materials or something to start distributing to these villages, posters, flyers, so they can be abreast. So whatever support we can get to be able to get some of these materials, even in terms of donations of posters, so we can send to these rural areas. The earlier they begin to get acquainted with the logo of the party, the better for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next person. Please ask direct questions to Dr. Stina, who is the secretary of the coalition, or Marcel, who is the chairman. We really appreciate them taking time out today to answer direct questions. Okay, so Ikechukwu, please feel free.
Yeah, good evening, my fellow obedient. My name is Ikechukwu from Imo State. Please, my contribution this evening goes in terms of request. In Imo State here, I'm from Olo, and if we all know that Olo have insecurity and there is no voters registration going on here, we are totally out of this exercise. So what I do is to mobilize people, get a bus and bring them down to Owerri. But right here in Owerri town, there is this large number.
Nigeria needs you. The youth want you. Wealth manager. Obi Kerenke. Obi is a man.
A great nationalist. The man to detribalize Nigeria. That man that will fix Nigeria. A humble personality. He's a great economist. The poor needs your intervention. Calm and end insecurity. A new Nigeria is possible with Obi. The man to fix Nigeria is Obi.
Obi is a man.
Obi bụ ọgaranya nwafọ Igbo Nigeria. Ọ bụ onye ga-achịkọlọta obodo anyị n'udo. Ịmakwa Obi ga-ebute ọganihu n'obodo anyị ga-eme ka ndị mmadụ na-ebi ọfụma ka Chukwu si wee chọọ ya. Ndị obodo Nigeria, bịanụ ka anyị kwado Peter Obi n'ihe gbasara ọchịchị Nigeria.
Obi is a man.
Yan uwana maza da mata, na kawo muku gaisuwa daga Majalisar Dinkin Duniya. Peter Obi shine mutumin da Najeriya ke bukata. Peter Obi shine mutumin mai kirki. Peter Obi mutumin ne mai hankali. Kowa ya tashi, mu zabi Peter Obi domin cin gaban kasanmu.
Obi is a man.
Ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà Peter Obi èèyàn ńlá tó ní ìpínlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́. lọ́kàn. Peter Obi kó gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀kan. Peter Obi ni yóò tún ìpínlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ṣe o. Peter Obi yóò kó owó àti ọrọ̀ wọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Onírẹ̀lẹ̀ àti ajá fún ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọlúàbí. Peter Obi, ìwọ la fẹ́ o, wá bá wa fòpin sí rògbòdìyàn ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìwọ ló lè ṣe o. Ó yá, lọ́kùnrin, lóbìnrin, lọ́mọdé àti ní àgbà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tì í lẹ́yìn o.
Obi is the man, oh.
I've sent it already to Dr. I've sent him it too.
All right.
Okay, so Sarkib with the capital B, feel free to ask your question, dear.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Coalition, for the opportunity to speak on this on this Twitter space. My question is that okay, first of all, I belong to the Take Back Niger support group for Peter Obi. I'm one of the groups here in the north, that is in Kaduna, one of the the ESCOs here of the Take Back Niger support group in Kaduna. And my question here is this: what are you people doing? I mean, to support those of us who are really fighting, who are doing everything possible to drive the Peter Obi project in the north, because as it is now, it's like we in the north who are fighting and driving things hard here have been left alone. So far, we've been doing a lot, and whatever we've been doing is from our pocket. And one or two persons who have identified with us, and sponsor one or two things like stickers, and some of and paint to paint the offices, the Peter Obi Take Back Niger offices that we had, and all that. But at all, support is not coming from any corner, and already we are getting exhausted because all that we've been doing is from our pocket. Now, you will all agree with me that that every politics is local, and that we need to go to every local government, every ward, every polling unit, and most of these polling units are not in the urban areas. Most of the polling units are in the villages. Sometimes you need to travel on bike because the roads are not even motorable. You need to travel on bike to villages in order to sensitize the people about Peter Obi and all that. Now, my question is this: what are you people doing in order to support those of us in the north who are making this frantic effort in order to drive this Peter Obi project to the grassroots? Thank you.
I will give
Marcel. Can I quickly just answer to that question? Zarki, thank you for that beautiful back Niger, and it's a very very integral part of the coalition. Now, if you go through the hierarchy of Take Back Niger and you make them know what you need, so I'm sure they can always table it before the coalition members. The chairman of the coalition is here, which I'm sure is still going to say one or two things regarding what you've said. Now, what you should know is that if you have a need, it's incumbent upon you to actually make it known to individuals who are probably the leadership of your support group, and then they can in turn reach out to the coalition. Marcel, did I speak your heart, or would you like to say something regarding this?
I think you answered it excellently, and maybe for emphasis, the coalition operates a hub and spoke approach. A hub at the
at the national level, where strategic decisions are made and where tactical action plans are laid out. Spoke level, where all the groups pick up those tactical actions and they execute at their different areas. Now, we support groups with the little funds we have. So if your support group is able to come and make a case that you need some kind of funding within the areas that you operate in, especially the North is very important to us. We are paying very close attention to the North. So it's an area where I know that a lot of the coalition membership will be ready to support you. We are currently planning what we call boots on the ground, where we would have to most likely do a national tour where we will come to you. So the coalition leadership and the conveners will come to you on each state, where we'll sit down with you, do a town hall meeting, get a first-hand understanding of your challenges and the perception over there, and then also be able to know how to support you going forward. So keep your requests coming through your group. Take Back Nigeria is a very strategic member and strong member within the coalition. So keep your requests coming through your support group, and then we will get back to you from the coalition on the little support we can render. Thank you.
Okay, may I quickly say that should you want to speak, please, indicate by raising your hand. That's the only thing that would show to us that you really want to say something on the space. Vivian, please, you can continue, madam.
Okay, thank you. So I will now take Aboki. Aboki, is your network fine? Would you like to speak with us, please?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, we can hear you. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. The first time I get into this piece, I went through the support groups, and unfortunately, I didn't see any Northern support group, which I felt so bad. I started to ask myself a question that is the North not important to this movement? Well, firstly, my name is Suleiman Dauda Sharif. I'm based in Kano, and I'm a grassroots politician, and indeed the leader of our Northern Assembly grassroots movement, purposely for the movement of Mr. Peter Obi, our incoming president, God willing. Well, like my brother Sarki have said earlier, the Northern movement is kind of, slow. And this is due to the fact that we are not given so much concern and, so much hands to work with. But I have seen so many people that were working together. I can see Mr. Jack and can see my boss, Dr. Ope. He's indeed a good man because I appreciate his readiness to this movement. We've been talking, having meetings to see this movement is going to the right direction. We've put together hands with so many support groups like the Okute Youth Movement, the Niger Life Matters, the Northern Assembly. We're trying to make this coalition together because when I saw the space, I see, wow, this is something that I've been calling on to put hands together because, in politics, you must, come together before you get the desired result. Because when you work separately, you'll not get what you want because we must put hands together, actually, no doubt, for us to get what we want. So the Northern Assembly, as I said, is a Northern movement. My question is, what are the requirements for a support group to be the part of this coalition? Because we have one already and we're working together. Mr. Sarki is in Kaduna and is doing tremendously over there. They're working very hard to see things are going. Likewise, here in Kano, the Northern Assembly covers the Northeast and the Northwest. So I don't know. This is my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Of course, we would openly like to dispel that this coalition is excited to join hands with the support groups that are all over the country. I'm going to let Marcel or Dr. Stina explain to you the requirements. Again, it's fine. I want her to continuously explain requirements, as much as we can, because we know that people are joining and coming into the space intermittently. So, Dr. Stina, would you like to explain that for Aboki and his?
The membership of the coalition, just like I have said, I have seen quite a number of DMs, sent to me that the membership is for support groups, not exactly for individual, members. If you are going to be, or if you want to be a member of the coalition, you have to be part of a group who is a member of the coalition. If you have a group that wants to join the coalition, just like I have said before, some persons have sent me a DM saying that they want to be part of the coalition, and I have sent them a form. The chairman had stated earlier that the membership is of two categories. One is paid and the other one is not. So it depends on where you want to belong, and it's quite an easy process for you to join the coalition. Well, I think this is part of the part where I had this question, because it kind of, went off for some time over here at my end.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sina. Just to also put more light in it. Aboki, I'm happy you're raising this, because we're very, very happy that a Northern group is coming on board. We have a team that is set up that does strategic alliance. What that team basically does, that we go out to look for groups that are strategically important to us. And I know we have reached out to some Arewa groups and some of the Northern groups. So I'm happy you coming to us is like a prayer answered. So we are happy to get you on board. Get your team on board, because one thing is certain: we know that politics is local. Okay, so we are happy to get people that are very, very local within a vicinity to help us take care of those areas. So if you get across to Dr. Stina, she will pass you the membership form, and I think I'll take special interest to see that your team come on board. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. So good to actually have you explain it the way you just did. Let's welcome very many of our friends that are here. Anambra first son, just sauntered in a couple of minutes ago. Thanks for being here. And the very popular and very, very strong Reno is here. Reno, good evening to you. How are you today? We would like to hear your voice there. Please speak to us. Good evening, Reno. How are you?
Reno, are you? Everyone. Yes, I'm so sorry. I had to unmute myself. Good evening, and thank you for doing this. This is really amazing. And yes, Mike, back to you.
Okay, good to hear your voice.
It's so good to be with everyone. Hi, Renu. Okay, so we are also going to let you all know that we are ending the question session right now. We're going to have a brief little 1-2, so please bear with us. But for now, we're going to pause questions for the moment. Marcel, if you wouldn't mind, could you go ahead and share with everyone here some of the upcoming events that we have in terms of progressive movements within the coalition?
Okay, thank you so much. I think I just got a prompt that Dr. Pat is in the group, Dr. Pat Utomi. So if you might want to, I don't know whether Renu or Ife Dele or Anambra First, if they're here, I think they're expecting some guests. We're expecting some guests to join us. So you might want to confirm from them if the guest is available, then we can take them, then we can go ahead and say other things.
You could go ahead.
Okay.
I'll give you a prompt. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So just to give a quick snap, we have this thing we call tactical action plan, where we have itemized what we'll be doing for each month. And all the support groups are aligned, and that's why we are happy that the coalition like this is in place, because we need to align all our actions and be sure we leverage synergies to get maximum impact. So for the month of June, we're basically still doing voters education. Now, it doesn't end in voters education. We're also building strategic alliance with people on the field, INEC, and all the players. So after the voters education, we expect, after the voters registration and capture, we expect that people will go all out to also want to get their PVC. So we will be involved in encouraging people to go all out to get their PVCs, because at the end of the day,
it is you being eligible to vote that matters, and that's where the numbers come in. So once that is done, we also have a team that will be doing a door-to-door where we'll have people that will map out using our geo map to look at people that can take care of specific areas and be able to do a kind of a door-to-door engagement. And this is the kind of things we are getting all the group aligned to get involved. Now, towards July, we have a tentative plan to do some kind of a straw man vote. Now, a straw man vote is where we say, okay, you have a PVC and you're 100% sure you're going to vote for His Excellency Peter Obi. We'll give you a USSD code where you have to like dial. Now, that USSD code might take like 100 naira only from your account. But what we are trying to do is to do a geolocation map of the people that are 100% certain that we're going to vote for His Excellency, and then we use that for planning and also know how to route our the campaign team and other stuff. We're also planning a peace concert, something similar to the 1 million man march, where we would have different in different locations where the obedience will have to come together, share ideas, play, dance, and other stuff. So that one is also coming. Then we're also having a pally with Labour Party where we will bring in all the structures we have in the coalition and present them to Labour Party in preparation for the main task of campaign. So, and that's what we're basically doing now, practically setting the structure in place across the federation. So we are building a database of all our coordinators, all our volunteers, all the different committees, all the different teams. So that database will be presented to Labour Party as a working team, within the campaign the campaign team. Now, the other thing that we also have going is we will be planning a kind of a debate down the line where the coalition would probably partner with one of the national TV stations and we're able to organize a debate. And this is we saying, hey, candidate, bring your presidential candidate, let's talk. I know in the past previous elections, some party tried to shield their presidential candidates from the press. But this time around, I'm going to tell them that there's no hiding place. Everything is going to come to the open and let's know. So those are some of the things. And then we're looking forward to when the campaign team is being launched. We're looking forward to having some kind of integration and support within the campaign team in such a way that going forward, our activities would now be shaped by what the campaign team is doing. So whatever we are doing now is going to act as a kind of first stage engagement of the populace and getting data and information and strategic intelligence that we'll present to the campaign team, and then we'll work with the campaign team from September 2018 for that engagement. The tactical action plan is a public document, so I'm sure we would be able to make it available for every support group that within our team, but implementation is not public, so you really have to be in to understand the things behind it. And these things are not cast in stone, so as time goes on, when things changes, we would also change. Like this idea of the boots on ground that we're bringing up, where we want to start a tour of the northern states, where the leadership of the coalition and the conveners will have to visit their personnel. Because what is currently happening now is that we have different coordinators in different fields. So we will go to sit down with them and have this one-on-one, like a town hall meeting with them. And then for each state that we visit, we will try to visit the mosque, the imams in those states, the churches in those states, any strategic political team in that state. And it gives us an idea to really, really do one-on-one and realize that, we are all in this for good. And one of the things I always want people to walk away with is this. When we look at the political things in Nigeria, what is actually been happening is that people's fruitful life is being wasted, and people don't seem to understand it. And one of the questions I usually ask is this. Look at yourself and ask yourself how old you were in 2015 or 2014 when this current administration came into power, okay? And ask yourself how old you are now. And then ask yourself that if you have a repeat of the kind of leadership we had in this country in the next 8 years, how old are you going to be? And what opportunities do you have to be able to now go ahead and change leadership? So if you understand the fact that it's actually your useful life that is being wasted,
8 years wasted, and we're looking forward to another 8 years, and we're telling ourselves that we have to stop it. Now, the only difference between what is happening in Nigeria and what is happening elsewhere in countries where you have a lot of facilities and infrastructure is pure leadership, nothing more. And if Nigerians are able to, for once, stand up and effect a change in leadership and bring in someone in the capacity of His Excellency Peter Obi to lead the country, we will be very, very much comparable with what is happening in the civilized world. And that is basically what we're telling everyone. And that's why most of us in this are volunteering our time pro bono. I'm sure everybody here that is working for His Excellency in different support groups, nobody is being paid. It's you, your time, and your money. And it's because we believe that a new Nigeria is possible with His Excellence. So I'm happy to take any other further questions, but those are just a snippet of the activities that we have. We encourage more support groups to join us, because when we have support groups, we have new ideas, we have new initiatives, and we change things as they go. Like I said, we have a research and statistics team that are also doing a lot of geo mapping and all those stuff, bringing a lot of intelligence. This campaign will be run purely by data and intelligence. And then with us having boots on ground, personnel all over the whole place, volunteering, backed up with our electionary monitoring platform. Now I hear people say that, oh, they're not going to allow you to get close to the voting booths. My dear, we have cameras that can do 40x zoom. So we will capture every detail, and we will bring them into our election monitoring tool, and we will use it when time comes. So we are telling the opposition or any party that is planning to maybe cause violence or rig elections or disenfranchise people, we want to capture every nitty-gritty of those in digital form. And we will be able to use it both locally and internationally. So a lot of the players are actually on the public space. We are watching them. Their actions is being watched. Just like the information we hear coming from some segments of the country where some people are already being maligned, or where some people are already being treated as if they are not part of this country, or where some people are already, being told that you can't vote in this area. Those things doesn't stand. We will work with the relevant authorities within the law to ensure that every eligible Nigerians that are eligible to vote are able to vote free from coercion, free from harassment. And this thing can only happen when we have an organization like a coalition that brings all the support groups together and be able to strategically leverage resources and map people into areas of their strengths. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that brief, Marcel. So I'm going to pass it over to Reno as well. Reno, would you like to do a formal introduction?
I think a formal introduction would not be necessary. Many know me as a troublemaker. I like to retain that title. So I think I'll hand the mic to you. I just need a few minutes, and I'll come back just to set things up. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. So we're going to allow Reno to go ahead and get that set up. Marcel kind of briefed us in regards to some of the upcoming events. And I don't know, Dr. Stina, if you would like to possibly speak to some of the DMs that you have been getting. I know this is just an overall DM for those reaching out to the coalition. You don't just have to DM Dr. Stina. You can also DM Marcel. You can also DM the coalition's page. And I know a lot of you had mentioned, you messaged today. I would encourage everyone to bear in mind that this is all being done out of personal, effort. So please just bear with the team as they're grappling with things and as they are trying to, get every organization on board. So just be mindful of that as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Reno. Is that V? Yes. So what the thing is, most of the DMs that I've gotten is people saying they want to join the coalition, and I have given a series of response that the coalition is for groups. Now, what you can do on the Coalition for Peter Obi website, you can see that on the profile page for the Coalition for Peter Obi, you will see different groups that if you do not belong to any group, you'll see different groups that is being listed on the site as members of the coalition. So what you can do is you'll find their contact details just below their logo, and you'll be able to send them a message to say you want to join their group. Then they will get you on board. So the membership is for groups only. If you can join a group, which I would advise, make sure whatever group that you are joining is a group that is a member of the coalition. And just like we have also posted, you'll see that we have mentioned some groups. So if you want to support the activities of any group, please ensure that you are already, those groups are groups that we have verified and mentioned as being trusted and part of the coalition. Someone sent me a message to ask that why don't we have a central account for donating for the Peter Obi campaign? Well, I would like to make this clear that the Peter Obi campaign is a different, that you have the campaign organization. The campaign organization has the account for the campaign specifically. Now, what you have among the group, of course, the Coalition for Peter Obi account have the account for people to support the activities of the coalition, just like you had during the 1 million man march. We had a collection account that we used, and people were able to send in independent contributions from their pockets to say, I want to support the 1 million man march. So the coalition had their account, and that account you can make contributions for the activities of the coalition. Now, we must remember that this coalition is made up of independent or individual groups that also have their activities. Like, for example, you see that the Take Back Niger have what they call the TBN home sales, and some other group, the POSN, have their own. Now, what we did was, so these groups, you can contribute to their own individual project, just like we have been doing. And for you to contribute to a group telling you we have a project and we need you to support us, please kindly ensure that this group is verified by the coalition, so you are sure that you are not giving scammers your money. You are sure that you are not giving fraudsters your money. So please, we have a post, I think it's a pinned post on the coalition Twitter page telling you these are the groups that you can work with. It's also on the website. Thank you.
Okay, to also add to that, the Coalition for Peter Obi has a website, www.coalitionforpeterobi, all written out the way you are seeing it on the name, on the Twitter and coalitionforpeterobi.org. So if you go to that website, you will see all the list of all the groups that have been accredited and validated by the coalition. So each of the groups has their Twitter handle, they have their website, and they have a different ways you can contact them. So you can contact any of the group and join them. Now, it is important we make this very clear so that we don't have a mixed information. The coalition, like I said earlier, operates a hub and spoke, and for us, that is a model we have taken. So the hub is a coalition, the spoke is the groups. So you can support the group. So you can go to a particular group and support the activities of those groups. Because what we do at the coalition is that we agree on activities, and then we ask the groups to go and execute those activities. We do not fund groups except if they are clearly defined exigencies. The coalition can come and fund the group. So you can look at the groups and support them. If you're a member of your group, one of the validated group, you can donate or work with them, volunteer your resources, your time, or anything to work with the group. Now, at the coalition level, we also have the coalition, which is like a coming together of all the groups, where activities are clearly defined. So the coalition does more of an intervention kind of project, just like the 1 Billion Man March, the voters' education, and some other things in which all other support groups aligns. Now, we all know that we are running a coalition where we are not being funded by government. We're not being funded by individuals, and we're not being funded by politicians, and we're not being funded by money bags. You know, now this is where we are different, because what happens in some groups is that a lot of people join it just to, you know, to get an action of the of maybe to get their hands into the into the purse and steal what they can steal. Or groups come together just to see what they can share. Now, this is different. This is groups coming together to donate. So we depend purely on what the public, the general public, like every one of us here, is able to give. And it is, no matter how small it is, your 1 naira, your 10 naira, your 1,000 naira, your 20,000 naira, if you can give more, give more. One of the things you will be very sure of is, in all the groups we have verified and validated, there's elements of transparency in terms of their transactions, in terms of their disbursements and all that. We oversee this. We have a kind of a chat on this. So you are free to support them. You're free to volunteer. If you have any specific area you think you want to support them in a particular area, maybe we have people that have donated office spaces in their local government to say, this group, come and take these office spaces. We have people that have brought their bosses and say, I will help you convey it. This is our country. And the only way we can take this country away from money bags is if every one of us decides to come and volunteer and contribute. Otherwise, the money bags will come, steal money, use the money to get back into power and steal more money. And what we're saying is that there has to be a time where we have to cut off this source of funding for them. The only source of funding they have is the national purse. Stop them from going into the national purse and you see them become miserable in the next 4 or 8 years. Okay, so and if we have to stop them from going to the national purse, it means we have to step up our game. We're not asking one person to give us 1 million. We're just simply saying your 1,000 naira will go a long way. Your 500 naira will go a long way. It's mass crowdfunding, and that is the only way we can take our country from these people. If we make the mistake and say, no, I'm not going to give my 1,000, I'm not going to give my 500, I'm going to exhaust, these guys will get in back, get access to the national treasury, embezzle more, use what they have embezzled to come back. So let us work together to cut off that. Cut off their source of funding. Don't let them get into the national treasury. Don't let them have access to all the contracts they share among their friends and all the monies that they inflate. You find out that they don't have any they don't have any business running. They don't have anything. Ask them, what is their profession? What is their job? What have they been doing before coming into politics? What are they worth before coming into politics, and what are they worth now? So we all know that they have their deep straw into the national purse. And the only way you can stop them from inserting that deep straw again after 2023 is to ensure they don't come to power. And if you have to ensure they don't come to power, it requires financial resources, human resources. It requires boots on ground. So you can come, join the group, join the coalition, volunteer yourself, and bring in anything you can bring on. It's a collective fight. It's a collective battle. Everybody is an asset. And that's why we are opening the registration. There is free membership. Come on board, work with us. If you have money, I want to sponsor the coalition, we are happy. But most importantly, come on board. So if you form your group and ensure your group is genuine and you go through those validation, you're fully on board and you'll be working with one of the best intelligent, honest, and transparent group of people I have ever seen. This is politics, but most of us here, this is our first time into this. And we know that we can shape the kind of country we want for our children. We don't need to run out of this country. We don't need to go into any country. We need to sit down and enjoy the country that God has given us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Marcel, our chairman. So we actually have some other new speakers up, so I'm going to allow them the mic also. I'm going to first go with Utomi Pat, if you would like, please.
Thank you, Lee, for that. I think that I was trying to get my other speaker to join in the space, but there are a little bit of technical issues. I'm sure that which will be resolved in the next 2 to 3 minutes. We have David here, we have Prof. Pat here, we have Ife here, we have the coalition for Peter B here, Dr. Stina. Welcome, and welcome everyone. If you're just joining this space, please click on share this space to your followers. Let them get to join in the conversation. fact, drag them into the conversation because it's a very important conversation. So first thing I want you to do is click share to your timeline and ask other people to join you in this space. It's going to be a very, interesting conversation this night. I'm not sure Prof is here. Prof, hi, good evening, sir. Okay, I guess Prof is trying to, sort out some issues. So I would come to Ife. Ife, how are you doing this evening? Is it my network?
I'm here with you.
Oh,
Just
you
a
can hear
little
me,
bit
right?
of yes,
Okay,
just a little bit of technical difficulties.
I guess. David, how are you doing?
Hi, David.
I'm great, thank you.
So I just wanted to confirm that as well. If you're there, please let me know. Prof just had to drop off. I guess that was a bit of connection issues. I think that we have close to 10,000 people on the space already, and it is, I don't know how to say this, but the people who are here already know why they're here. I mean, there may be some few others who are still looking for who to convince them, how to convince them. Why should I be convinced that, of course, this space is held by Coalition for Peter Obi? Why should I be convinced that I should vote for Peter Obi? For me this year, one thing is clear for me, that I'm not going to point a candidate for you to vote for. What I'm going to do is show you the strengths, of the candidate that I am going to vote for. So if SOPA never tire you, go and vote for another candidate. But if SOPA don't tire you, I don't think that you need somebody to tell you this is the road to my father's house. Then let me go there straight, right? But then if SOPA never tire you, I guess you're still like, who should I vote for? But like I said, SOPA don't tire you. You already know who to vote for. Already. I think that Dr. Tina hands up. I'll pass the mic to you, and I'll come back. Dr. Tina, the mic is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Reno. I requested the mic so that I could address a question that was sent to my DM. The person sends 5 questions, and the first one says, the recent tweet from Mr. Peter Obi regarding the travails of Senator Ekweremadu and his family came with mixed reactions from allies and adversaries alike. Are there plans to work with a communication expert going forward? Well, first, I would answer that and then get the chairman to, say something on that too before I move to the next question. The thing is, Mr. Peter Obi is someone who likes to be as natural as possible. He likes to be himself, and I think that has helped him a lot. He likes to be transparent, and you could see, the kind of person he is, and he's not acting like a robot, someone putting out the statement, someone saying what he should say and telling him how to work with things. But what was clear from the tweet on Senator Ekweremadu was a clear tweet of someone who is sympathizing about the issue of a young girl who is sick and then needed a transplant. Whether we like it or not, that is a travail for any family to pass through. And being a compassionate person that he is, he said, all right, I'm sympathizing with you on the travail. I'm sympathizing with your daughter about the sick health. But whatever be this case in this issue, let justice be done. And I think that that's a very straightforward tweet. And it covers every angle of whatever the issue is. And if you could look at it, with an open eyes or open mind, you will see that there is no, special explanation that should have emanated from that tweet. So I would ask the chairman, Mr. Master, do you have anything to say about, that tweet?
I know there's a lot of emotions flying and all that, but what I basically do is to tell people to read the details. Okay, we are not in a politics of bitterness, and we are not in a politics of trying to, maybe pay back evil for evil and all that. We are moving with the image that His Excellency Peter Obi has trained the team to go. So when I looked at that tweet, you need to first understand something. A young girl's life is at stake. And that is where we should focus our attention. If that lady is my daughter, the first thing I will be thinking is what do I need to do to keep her alive? Now, His Excellency is not justifying whatever is out there. He's simply saying he facilitates with them. That means your troubles and trials, I understand, but let justice be done. And then also prayed for the young girl that something could be done about this. So this is someone that cares about life, and that is one thing we should understand. I know people say that, okay, maybe you should distance yourself, you should do this, you should do this. The UK system, which people must understand, the UK system is not a system you can manipulate. So when they say justice be done, there will be very thorough investigation will be done, and we will all know exactly what was the outcome of this. And that's why, to some extent, I've not really want to be involved in what is currently going on in the press, because the system works is that you can't hide anything. So if anything has gone under the bridge or whatever, the system will root it out. And those are the kind of systems that we want to put in place in Nigeria. Because Nigerians generally, there's this mentality that you don't trust your courts, don't trust your government, and that is true, maybe because of the kind of track record the courts and the systems and government has run. But in the UK, the people that trust their courts, at least to some extent. So for the fact that the police in the UK is handling it, we should expect justice. And what His Excellency has basically said is that let justice be done. I don't have the full details of what is involved, but I think people should understand that we are first of all human before politics. And if anybody does not have that humility in them to even sympathize with even if the person is your enemy, even if the person is your enemy, the fact that a life is involved, you need to bring that humanity into play. And that is the kind of spirit we should all imbibe. A lot of hatred is going on in the country, where one tribe against one tribe, one religion against one religion. If we have to grow as a country, we have to first of all bring our humanity into bear. And what I see in His Excellency Peter Obi is more of someone that his humanity comes in first. So if you have His Excellency as a president, he wouldn't sit in Aso Rock and see how lives have been destroyed left and right without saying anything. He wouldn't sit in Aso Rock and thousands of people are being kidnapped and they are in kidnappers' den and constantly being showed on video. So we have someone that has that thing we call humanity in him. And I don't want us to begin to extray every of the statements or everything. You need to read that tweet in totality and understand that there are just two things involved in that tweet. One, let justice be done. And two, a prayer for the young girl that has to undergo some things to stay alive. Let our humanity speak for us. Anybody that is coming to condemn that tweet, I believe he has an ulterior motive. One of my friends came to me and said, he's done this, I'm going to decamp. Do you know what I told him? You are not with me in the first place. You are not with him in the first place. I mean, what option do you have? Go to other criminals? So let us give him a slack. It is humanity. And we should put our humanity first, no matter what we do. We came to this life. We're going to all one day submit to the hands of death and continue our journey in year after. So whatever we do in this life, if we do not bring humanity into it, then we will be worse than the people that we're trying to change. That's my take on that. Thank you.
All right, thank you
All
so
right,
much.
Okay,
Dr.
just
Stella.
I'll read the other 4 questions at once and then I'll just respond to it. It says, how do we tackle the fake news that at times emanates from overzealous supporters of Mr. Obi? Considering his standing, our style of marketing should represent his value. The third question says, is the coalition going to share the same fundraising platform with the Labour Party? Number 4, do we have a blueprint of Mr. Obi plans for Nigeria? If we don't, are we working on any? The 5th one and the last one says, how can we reach out to get market women fully involved? The elderly woman on Brekete family would be really helpful. This message is from Don Chi, that is CO Ezima. Now, to respond to the second question, I've said this a couple of times on other spaces. I said, when you see a news and you are not sure of, how true that news is, what you can do is, I know that we all have identified people who we know in this project that they are people you can get very reliable information. And thank God for the Twitter account of the coalition. You could always send a DM to say, please, can you make a comment on this? And then you'll get a quick response telling you if that information is worth sharing or it has to be debunked. And the coalition account will try as much as possible to debunk fake news as it comes so that we don't have to share it. Because most times it is when we share it that the consequences of having to debunk it, comes up. Now, the issue of the fundraising platform, it is true, yes, the campaign team and by extension, the Labour Party would have their own account. But we must understand that some of these projects that we are doing, though we are working with the Labour Party, but then we still have projects that the coalition is taking up on their own. So the account of the coalition is up and running, and I think it will be shared on the Jumbotron any moment from now so that we can see it. Concerning the blueprint, Mr. Obi has not popped.
Hello?
Dr. Stina, we might just drop for a moment with her. We'll give her a second to reconnect.
I think she has to unmute.
Oh, sorry. Someone must have muted me. Where did I stop?
Please continue, Dr. Stina.
Okay, have I talked about the fake news thing?
Yes, we did hear the question on fake news. So that was the fourth question you mentioned. Please continue.
Okay, have I responded to it?
Yes, responding to it. Yes.
All right. So, like I said, fake news, you can send a message to people who could give you reliable information on this project. They will tell you if a news is fake or is not. You can also send a DM to the coalition. And the coalition will try as much as possible to debunk fake news as it comes. Please try to check, and also call our attention by tagging us to any news. We're going to respond to say this is fake or not. For the fundraising, I said that the Labour Party, yes, we are working with the Labour Party, but we still have our independent project that we are going to be running to ensure that this project moves as fast as possible. That is why the fundraising platform for the coalition is different from the Labour Party. The blueprint of Mr. Obi is being worked on, and I think that has been said quite a number of times by those in his camp, and they have said that the blueprint is in progress and will soon be shared. I also got that information from the Labour Party chairman. For the market women, I think there is even a group, there's a group in the coalition that is known as Women for Peter Obi. They work directly with women, and they have done a lot of work, to reach out to market women. Though those work is still in progress, I believe that with what they have been doing, they will soon, get as much people as they can to be part of this project from the market women angle. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Dr. Stina. Could I quickly say something? I want to ask the chairman, Marcel, what plans are already being made to ensure that when the current administration start their campaign on their media campaign proper, that we've seen before how they've used threats and they try to spook people to desist from what they are actually doing. When they start off with all of that, the antecedents of trying to spook people, what plans are in motion to make sure that you can re-energize the people who are part of the coalition or supporters not to be afraid to keep on supporting the Peter Obi movement? And the second question is, when they start off their smear campaign, are we going to tackle them at that same level, or we are going to try and do something a whole lot better? Because you could see that in different channels, people are already complaining that, if they say stuff about us, we should say stuff about them to be true or false. So what do you advise as regards that when the opposition, the ruling party, and then of course maybe the other party, starts a smear campaign against the Peter Obi, the person of Peter Obi? What do you expect? What do you advise that the coalition does? Do they go to their level and start to carry out their own smear campaign as well, or do you advise that they, follow a different path? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to respond to this coming from my discussion with His Excellence when he was in London. He said that he doesn't want to play the game they used to play, that he wants to focus on selling his qualities and selling who he is. So he's not going to go down to their own level. So the only reason why we have this Coalition for P2B Twitter space, which we have advertised to everyone and we want everyone to follow it, is because that's the handle where we'll be giving you factual information as regards what is happening. We know that people are good at throwing deaths, dirty people throw deaths, but we are responsible and clean people. So we're going to engage them right at the level of intelligence and the level of knowledge. So we will not go down the pit, or we will not go down the dirty end with them. We will focus on selling our candidates. The only thing we'll do is that if there is any false information out there, we would immediately clear it. And one of the things we want doing forward is this Coalition for P2B will be like a constant thing. We want maybe a weekly or a monthly session where we'll be coming to bust their bubbles. So what we're basically doing is that if there's anything that is out there, we would come here and dissect it and bust their bubbles. So we're not going to get dirty with them. These guys have their way. Our focus will be get the voters educated, let them understand what it is for them, and let them go out to cast the vote. Whatever they are doing is up to them, but we will really, really get focused. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marcel, for your explanation. We really do appreciate it. I wonder if there's any other person who is available on this space that would like to ask a question pertaining to how they can be of help to the coalition, or how the coalition can better improve their plans to continuously create orientation for those who are unaware as to the candidate that we're trying to sell or put forward. I'm trying to spread the competence of our candidate as well. If you do have any question along those lines, please do well to indicate by raising up your hand, and you would be given the mic to speak. Thank you.
Alongside that, the coalition's DMs, my DMs, Dr. Stina's, and Marcel's are all open. So feel free to DM us a direct question for either the chairman or the secretary, and we will go ahead and get those answered as well.
And while we're waiting for the question, Ife, are you back now? I don't think Ife is back.
Is that me?
Okay.
That's
Yes.
Oh, Ifechi.
Ifechi. I think I just put you in my tribe right now. But Ifechi, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
The mic is yours.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Good evening, everybody. We are supposed to be speaking with Prof. Tommy, but I think we should give them grace at this time. They've been in a series of meetings since afternoon. And as in fact, they are joined. Prof was here, Peter was here. As they are joined, they had to now jump on another one immediately. But they say it will last for some minutes. So if you can give them grace, please, this period. I don't know the perfect time that I would have for these men to accommodate our time to timing. So it's difficult for them as it is difficult for us. Please pardon me, pardon them. Okay, so I think Prof will be joining now, as his message says. So basically, good evening, everybody. My name is Ifechi Ugukaru. I'm a historian, and I am a public policy enthusiast. should I go on? Have we started this new session? Are we done with the first part of?
Oh, I just wanted you to introduce yourself,
Okay,
Ifechi, and if you have like a minute or two, that's fine.
No,
so
no,
I'll
no,
go back to the go. Okay, I'll go back to the host then. Host over to you.
All right, thank you so much. I believe that we're still waiting for wait for the other people to join in. Yes, again, like I said, if you do have a question that you want to pose to any of the speakers here, Dr. Stenda and myself, the chairman, you can do that as well by raising up your hand, so we can obviously give you the mic so you can share your thoughts with us here on the page. I think Aniba, I hope I did not mispronounce your name. You're requesting to speak. I've added you as a speaker now, so please, you can share your thoughts with us. Hello, Aniba, are you there? Hello, Aniba.
I think you should give Aniba time to join.
Yeah. Okay, we can hear you now, dear. Please feel free.
Okay, good evening. All right, okay, so my name is Chika Aniba, and I live in the north. And I want to particularly say well done to the coalition. I think there's no better time to begin to believe that, we're not helpless. We're not helpless in this country. And for those of you who are driving the cars, the truth is, there can't be the story of this country without saying that there were a time, there was a time, that such people rose up and, fought for a cause, so well done. I know there's a need for this coalition to be quite strategic. If you do the numbers, on how this election is probably going to be won, and a lot of people tell you the numbers they have in the east, in the west, in the north, and in the south as well. And then of course it'd be nice that in all of it, the people, a lot of these guys will tell you Buhari has 20 million votes here and there. Atiku has 10 million votes in the accounts and all that. Now, I've done some little calculations, and then I'm sure a lot of people have also done a few kind of calculations. And in the numbers that is coming out from registered voters, collected votes, you see there's a little more numbers up north. And so that makes it look like there's more job that should be done in the north as well. I've asked myself a lot of questions, like what's my role in all of these things? I have decided that I'm going to do a one-man squad, in as much as, of course, I also belong to a couple of two groups. I belong to the Nigerian Need to Be group, and then I also belong to one other one. But I have my strategies on how I want to drive some certain stuffs, and I have a budget for that as an individual. And so it's also aside the 10,000 naira that you're going to be given.
Hello.
But I think we are losing you in regards to your network.
Anybody there? All right. Whilst we're waiting for anybody to reconnect, please let's have Marcel. Marcel, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I do have a question, though, and I'm sure that I'll be echoing the sentiments of a lot of people when I ask this question. Have we also tabled or considered the possibility wherein our candidate, Peter Obi, goes into alliance with Kwankwaso and, he then decides, surprisingly, to be a VP? Do you think that the coalition will still be massively in support of his candidacy, or will there be other plans at that moment? I think we already have Patutomi here. If you could hold off for a bit. Marcel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. But I hold on. Let's bring Patutomi.
Okay. Do we have Patutomi here? Good evening.
Yes, I think he's here. Prof, are you here? I think that Prof is having a bit of network issues. Once he's back, he will unmute. Marcel, please go ahead.
Okay. Again, when I get a clear information from someone, unless I get a counter information, and that is when I will begin to think that His Excellency Peter Obi is in this race for the presidency and nothing more. And that is what we have. So for Labour Party to have presented him, it means he's a very they see him as a very solid and strong candidate. And the movement, the organic movement around him proves that. So in the game of negotiations, you have to negotiate from a position of strength. His Excellency has shown strength. He has shown organic movement around. I don't see him coming down to become a vice. And some of us would actually be heartbroken if that ever happened. From what I heard and from what I know, he's in it for the long haul. And I needed to make this clear. Let us get down and work. It mustn't be a particular personality. You cannot sacrifice everything because you want a particular person. Okay, let us go out and get our job done. So if anybody is coming to be a vice presidential candidate to His Excellency, it has to come from that position of what we believe to be our core values. We cannot at this point negotiate away what we think or what we have fought for. Okay, we want a new and a better Nigeria. And if anybody is coming along, it has to be along that line. I don't see His Excellency coming down, and none of us here is even thinking about it. The Excellency that I know will never at this point. So let us be strong that he's going all the way all for the presidency, and we are going all the way all for the presidency. And let us understand it. We have seen the position of a vice president in this country. You will be rendered useless. We've seen what happened in the present dispensation. So it is the president. If we really want to change this country, it is that leadership role in Aso Rock that will change this country, not anything more. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think Prof is available.
Are you hearing them from your?
Hi, Prof. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing today, Prof?
I am good. I thought I was in before, and then I got the impression you didn't hear me.
Yes, we couldn't.
And Mr. Obi is right across from me, struggling with the same thing. Yeah, his own. But maybe we can walk somewhere and both of us talk through this for at least some minutes. Okay, well, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for the invitation for us to join you this evening. We have spent a bit of time listening to you. We like the power of the commitment and the clarity vision that you all have. And we are convinced that you are the catalyzers. You will change Nigeria for your own good, for the common good of all of us. We know that our country has, for too long, managed to believe what is needed is impossible. But no, impossible should not be in our dictionary. We know that if we can dream it, we can make it happen. So we're really thrilled that we have the pleasure of your company this evening. Perhaps Mr. Obi can say some things here while he struggles with his own. Let me see, is your equipment going through now? Your gadget? Yeah. Anyway, but you can still hear me, right?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Well, I can engage. I can take any questions that you may want to ask of me while he still works on his.
Okay, so I'm going to read one from the hashtag right now. And I think it's a question on the heart of a lot of us young people. It's to you, Professor, and to His Excellency as well. What do you need most from the youth coming up going forth into the upcoming election? If there's something, most importantly, or a few things that you need from us alongside this campaign, what would that be?
The passion that you already have, an organization. You know, in political science, it is said that he who says organization says oligarchy. It means that you have to work yourselves literally into a tight operation, and that's what always delivers the goods. People money, talk about all kinds of things, but it is always about organization. And you know, this is a whole generation back, but I remember when Judge McGovern ran, and I mean, college students took one semester off. He still didn't win the presidency, but it was an extraordinary.
Hello? I
can travel if we just organize and stay passionate. We can make things happen. Okay. I hope you can still hear me. A call interference that was coming through.
Thank you. Renu?
I was actually thanking Prof for answering the question. Like I said, if you're just joining the space, click on share the space to your followers. Let them join in the conversation as we try to get our other distinguished guests to join in the space. Welcome again, Prof. I would
okay, so be speaking to you now.
Hello. I think that was going to make some noise.
Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay. First, let me most sincerely thank all of you for the gathering this evening and sincerely apologize for not being able to get to.
Hello?
I think we should give them some minutes. I'm sure that the interference will get better.
I guess this is one of the reasons why we need new governance, because we can't even have reliable internet.
Especially when it rains, actually. We love some shade.
So I said I was going to post a tweet, my timeline. You may not get to speak in the conversation or be able to ask your question directly. So you could go on the coalition's timeline to ask the question. You could also tweet it.
Am I the only one who can't hear Renu speak? Is that something that
You're not the only one. Yeah. Renu, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm sure they're just reconnecting momentarily. Please continue to use the hashtag share the space. You can feel free to ask questions on the hashtag.
Okay, so hi. Am I being heard? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Before, this is Ifechi speaking. Prof has gone off again. Prof and Mr. Peter, they have network issues and other technical issues. I think they would come back soon. So just bear with them, please. So, but before Prof comes back, there was an introductory message that we had fixed up for everyone. I'm glad we're here in our number. So, you know why it's important that Mr. Peter Obi is here today, or that we are gathered here for him? Obviously, it is by no intention of his that his campaign for Nigeria's presidency has carried the character and the spirit of the NSAS protest that we had, 2020. It was ignited and propelled by Nigerians here on Twitter. I mean, some of the formidable names that took part in the struggle are still here with us. They're here with us on this space. But essentially, what is the character of the NSAS? We can list them, but some of them are organic organization, youth consensus, a unified interest, great and selfless support. So Think Peace is actually after the NSAS, post NSAS came up with some kind of pessimistic views. Was that just a spark? Will there be a fire that will be lit up afterwards? And Nigerian is just one-time wonder. So we thought the NSAS was just a spark. But what if this general consensus, this organic youth coalition to elect worthy officials is the fire that we've been waiting for? So this is me just thinking, essentially. So I saw a tweet that caught my attention. You mind me reading, please? It's short. Just let me get it. So it's by.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
hear you.
can you sort of probably it's your volume or something? People can't hear you.
Oh, people cannot hear me at all.
No, we can hear you, but it's faint.
Louder.
Yes.
How do I sound now? Better.
It's still very faint.
How do I sound now?
I'm sure we'll manage. Please go ahead.
Are you serious? My phone is in my mouth already. Network issues.
This is better. Please, you can continue.
Okay, so it's by a certain Kabir Ahmed Aliyu. So he says, I strongly advise the Labour Party to make Davido its vice president. It's obviously dominated by NSAS pioneers and DJs and MCs. So I think this fellow here, in his right thinking mind, actually thought he was throwing a jab at people. But essentially, the movement or the coalition that is the Nigerian Youth for Peter Obi, it cuts across different social strata, the professionals, the unprofessionals, every kind of persons. The connecting dots is that we have an interest for our future. That's essentially why we are here. That's what draws us together. So whether we are NSAS pioneers and DJs and MCs and barbers and professionals, we have something in common, is that we see a future. We see a future that we want. And we have seen that kind of roadmap, that kind of plan. We've heard such plan, when Peter Obi speaks. And so we've decided to follow this man or to rally behind this man, not because we see him as a savior, but we see him as one who has this, social currency, the political will to drive our vision as youth collectively. So I wanted to pose some questions to Prof, but I would just start with why we are here. Essentially, it was a roundtable discussion we're supposed to have with Prof. Utomi and Mr. Peter Obi, just to discuss, what exactly is a social contract. Thomas Hobbes would describe the social contract as, where a group of individuals, in fact, let me start from the state of nature, if you permit me, please. Hobbes would say, man in the state of nature, or the life men lived, was short, brutish, and nasty, because we're not guided by rules, we're not guided by regulations. So they decided to come together to submit their will, to submit their interest, to submit their rights to a sovereign, so that in exchange, that sovereign gives them security and that kind of assurance that they are protected,
So he posits that.
If I could come in, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, sure.
But if I could come in for a bit of moment, when I heard from you from the start, you mentioned a certain body that was quoting something. You see, when you began, I thought you wanted to quote somebody that was important to the Peter Obi's movement. You see, I don't think that we have any business with non-entities, and I'm sorry to use that word if it sounds offensive to some people. This is a platform that is meant to push your passion for good governance, for an individual that you believe can lead the country forward, right? And you bringing in the issues of people that barely matter. Why am I using the word barely? That don't even matter to this conversation. Right in the middle of this important moment, I don't think it's necessary. My people would say one thing. They will say that when you go to the market, you face what you're going to buy. You don't consider the noisemakers. You don't consider the conductors that are dragging you to come and enter their buses. Face where you're going and who we are facing right here on this platform. His Excellency Peter Obi. Why are we platforming non-entities? We can do that on other spaces.
Exactly.
But then on this space, I disagree.
Exactly, Renu, I understand. But I think it was essentially to drive a message, a sort of juxtaposition. And I think the message was well driven. You understand? So, of course, the person has no bearing to this conversation. I mean, I don't know if people know the name anyway, but I just stumbled on that tweet. You understand? And just to pass a message. So let me continue, please.
So I think that we will sort of, I think I can't see David here. Marcel is still here. The host is still here, and V is still here. Currently, Prof and His Excellency, they're having a bit of network issues, and not just network issues, technical issues. Not just network issues, also technical issues, because then Twitter Spaces can be glitchy at times. At times the processes can be very tedious, right? And they are also obviously in the midst of other meetings. They promised that they're going to be here, and you've heard the voice of Prof. And you've heard the voice of His Excellency. So I think that what we're going to do now is to get people that want to ask questions. I mean, I have a lot of speakers in the house, over 100 requests going to 200. That's a lot. So